Welcome back to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of our Fixing the Franchise, Trusting the Process rebuild of the Philadelphia 76ers. We are almost done with this series. We have entered the 2020-2021 NBA season, which obviously in real life happens to involve COVID and pandemic stuff, or at least the after effects of that. But in this universe, that doesn't exist. So we've got Cade Cunningham, we've got Jalen Green, we've got Evan Mobley. The 2021 NBA draft class is upon us. Now, last episode, we won another championship. I know, shocker, we're pretty good. But we won another championship. That is our fourth in a row and our fifth finals appearance. But also in that episode, we moved on from a couple of those key pieces. No longer do we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. No longer do we have D'Angelo Russell. We've moved Luka Doncic to small forward. We have Ben Simmons at power forward. We moved Devin Booker to point guard. We drafted Anthony Edwards in the 2020 NBA draft at number 1 overall. So we have a new look team. I still think this team is going to win a championship. Maybe not this year. We could probably play in the NBA championship this year just on the back of Embiid and Doncic alone. But I think this team will get back to NBA finals in the very, very, very near future. We'll just figure out if it's this season or not. So let's get into it. Let's start simulating and figuring out who is going to be the best teams in basketball this year. We'll get to the new year, January 1st, and we'll figure out what this team is all about. Like I said, I think that we're going to still be a pretty good basketball team. I would be utterly shocked if we didn't have a good season. And as you saw right there, we did acquire James Wiseman in that 2020 NBA draft as well. He just happened to get hurt right there. And we just lost somebody for a torn Achilles. Who was that? Who did we just lose for a torn Achilles? Was that Devin Booker? No, it wasn't Devin Booker. It was, who was it? Oh, it was Seth Curry. Okay, so Seth Curry down for the season with a torn Achilles. Giannis actually got hurt too for the other team, for the Bobcats. But Devin Booker will be back. We've got Tyrese Maxey, who we drafted as well. And then obviously we've still got the GOAT, Jimmer Fredette. We have Denzel Valentine at shooting guard, but it's really just going to be the Anthony Edwards show. It's Seth Curry going down. It's not that big of a deal. But we are suffering some pretty interesting injuries so far this early portion of the season. It shouldn't affect us too much, at least I wouldn't think. Devin Booker is back healthy, which is good. Joel Embiid goes down with left knee tendonitis, and that's probably one of the last guys, other than maybe Ben Simmons, who we would move on from solely due to the fact of I want a new face in the building that doesn't get hurt as much. But everybody gets hurt. I mean, Devin Booker I didn't think would get hurt, and he's gotten hurt already, so it doesn't really matter who they are. They're going to get hurt. So we're 26-9 right now. That is the best in the AFC, in the Eastern Conference. But Giannis and the Bobcats are right there behind us. We knew that Giannis was going to put up numbers because he's free from the super team that he was in, so now he's going to put up MVP caliber numbers. Trae Young is his running mate right now, and he's injured. So they have Mo Bamba, who's an 85, which is kind of insane. What's Mo averaging? About 10 points, 12 rebounds. That's pretty solid for Mo Bamba. This team's not great. It's not a great team. It's a fine team. Giannis is really carrying. He's doing a lot of heavy lifting to make sure that they are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. When do we play them again, if at all? We do play them March 28th. That might be one of the games we jump into because that could be a very, very interesting game if they're still competitive with us. If long as we're still competitive, that's the key point as well. I'm very curious to see how Anthony Edwards is playing as a rookie. I don't know if he's going to win Rookie of the Year, but he could have a shot, but probably not since we have so many guys that are ball dominant. He probably doesn't have a shot to average that many points. That's one of the reasons why Luka wasn't averaging the points that Luka usually averages. I did not mean to go into this, but Anthony Davis is one of the all-star captains for the Dallas Mavericks. Good for him. It's always nice to see guys that we let go for that specific reason of we wanted them to go play well because they just weren't going to get the numbers that they should get on our team because we have so many good players. See, like Luka and Embiid are averaging not as many points as they should be because we just have so many guys that are averaging so many points that it takes away some shots. How's Anthony Edwards doing, though? 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, these are fine numbers. These aren't Rookie of the Year numbers, I don't think. I'd be shocked if they were. I guess we could go to the award races and see if he's in the running. Anthony Davis has a chance to win MVP, I think, for the second year in a row. Luka's right there, though. I don't think Luka's going to win it. These are the lowest numbers on the list, but it's cool to see him in the running. Rookie of the Year, Anthony Edwards is also there, but LaMelo Ball's averaging 20, so I think he's going to take it pretty easily. And then Luka could have Most Improved, which is pretty sick. He's going up from 13 to around 20. That makes sense that he would win Most Improved. So we could have an award this year. We certainly could have an award this year. I don't know if I'm going to make any trades. Let me take a look at my future draft picks. So this year, the 2021 NBA draft, we have our pick, we have the Bobcats pick, the Celtics pick, and the Raptor pick. We know the Bobcats are pretty good because they're number 2 in the conference. But the Celtics are also in the playoffs. But how are the Raptors? I didn't see them in the playoffs. Maybe I missed them. The Raptors are... Ooh, the Raptors are actually bad. So there's a chance that we could have at least one lottery pick this year. And in the 2021 draft, I mean, I'm not really going for anybody at the top. I don't really need Cade Cunningham. I don't need Jalen Green or Evan Mobley. So it's not like the lottery pick has to be... We don't have to get the number 1 overall pick like we have before, where we wanted to get like Luka, or we wanted to get Giannis, or we wanted to get Joel Embiid, or Ben Simmons, or whoever it may be, Anthony Edwards, whoever it may be. It's not... I'm not feeling that same vibe with this one, even though these guys are good players. Don't get me wrong. Cade Cunningham's great. He might win the MVP in real life this year. So Cade Cunningham's great, but I don't really feel with the team that we have together right now. I don't really feel like we need a Cade Cunningham type because our team is fairly put together at this point. We have Devin Booker, we have Anthony Edwards, so the guards are pretty much done. We have Luka, which, I mean, we don't necessarily need Luka at small forward, but he's playing there. Ben Simmons, I guess we could use a power forward or center. I know we drafted James Wiseman, but I guess a big man would probably be the best option for us. And big men that aren't Evan Mobley, we got Alperen Sengun, which would be a nice addition to the team. I wouldn't hate that. Other than that, it's not a very strong big man class, at least in terms of center. Power forward, you got Jalen Johnson, you've got Santi Aldama, Isaiah Jackson. It's not a very good big man class in 2021. There's like one guy other than Evan Mobley that I would go after, which is Sengun. And maybe we'll get him. Who knows? But I think we're just going to keep the draft picks that we have because those picks are not going to be that valuable, and I'm not really looking to trade anybody, so we'd have to package some picks together, and I'm just not looking to do that. So let's just keep moving on. We'll keep moving on. Some of these later games during the season we will jump into to get a feel for the team, feel for the squad. Evan Turner gets right shin splints. Say that 5 times fast. All right, it is contract extension deadline day. Who is in need of a new contract? We've got a refuse to re-sign. Oh, Joel Embiid refuses to re-sign with us. That is interesting. We may, in fact, lose Joel Embiid. We have a player option, which means he could decline and just go to free agency. That is interesting. Very, very interesting. We might just lose Joel Embiid to nothing, which would be annoying because he has tremendous value. We could get a lot of stuff back for him. I guess I should have looked at that before we passed the trade deadline. I probably would have moved him at the deadline if that was the case, if I would have known. At least it would have made me think about it a little bit more. But now we are in a situation where we could lose Joel Embiid for nothing. And that would suck. That would really, really suck. Turner's back, which is nice. We keep beating the Raptors, which is always good. James Wiseman with a strained right MCL. He's down for a couple weeks. But we're winning a bunch of games, as I expected us to do. A severe right ankle sprain or at least a sprained right ankle, for Joel Embiid. We win against the Celtics, which is nice. And then we got the Bobcats. We have already clinched a playoff spot. We'll probably jump into the Bobcat game and then the Celtic game here at the end of the season, and those will be the 2 games we jump into. Let's jump in, simcast this, not simcast live. That's not what I wanted to do. No, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want it. Simcast live, no, stop it. Jump in, and then we'll have to wait till we get to this. Okay, there we go. Then we can go to simcast. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, let's see if we can beat Giannis, Trae Young, and the Bobcats. We should be able to handle them pretty easily, and it looks like we will, but they had a huge rally in the second quarter that got them closer. But it looks like the boys are going to be able to handle it. Yeah. Yep. 167 to 148. We got the backups in, which is nice. Ooh, we got Skal Labissiere. And Nick Claxton. There's the GOAT. There's the GOAT. That's my GOAT, Jimmer Fredette. He missed the shot, but that's my GOAT, Jimmer Fredette. Seth Curry obviously injured, so the backup point guard becomes Jimmer. Which doesn't make me mad. I like that. I think Dion Waiters has been here the entire time. I think they drafted Dion Waiters. Which is kind of insane that he's still here. You know what I'm doing. Anytime Jimmer Fredette's on the court, I'm shooting threes with him. That's why we have him on here. That's the sole reason. I like Jimmer. He's a good guy, good player. Didn't get the respect that he deserved in the NBA, but whatever. I'm giving him the respect. He's an NBA champion, multi-time NBA champion. He's getting that respect from me. He's my GOAT. And he's going to take a fading shot. Oh, that almost went in. That would have been sick. We win 170 to 151. We beat Giannis and the Bobcats. Basically securing our dominance. And then we'll jump into that Celtic game as well. All right. Devin Booker strained his left Achilles. Not great, but James Wiseman's back. So Devin Booker will not be able to be in this game. But that's okay. We don't need Devin Booker, right? Do we not need Devin Booker? It looks like we kind of need Devin Booker because we are battling with the Celtics. It is a close one, actually. Okay, it's not as close now. 120 to 113. We kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter, but that was a little bit scary there for a second. I thought Celtics were going to upset us. RJ Barrett, find Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons can't shoot the three, which I wish he could, but he's going to drive to the basket. Little pop, and it's in. Ben Simmons, 28, 7, and 11. Good job, Big Ben. Paul hands it to a three attempt, and that's going to be a rebound by Rudy Gobert. Did Julius Randle just take a three on me? That's kind of insane. Oh, look at Ben Simmons. Look at this big man rumble. Ben Simmons is good at the basketball. Julius Randle, another three. Off the rim and out. And you know what? I'm going to take a half quarter from Ben. And it's off the rim. That would have been pretty nasty if it would have went in. But we kill the Celtics. Oh, don't kill the Celtics. But we win against the Celtics pretty comfortably. 124-115. Thanks to Ben Simmons' efforts. He put up 38 and 11. 19 from Anthony Edwards. 18 from Maxey. That's good to see. Good job, Maxey. I'm very curious to see if Luka wins Most Improved Player. That's going to be pretty cool if he does. All right, we'll get to the playoffs. We win to end the season, but a twisted left knee to enter the playoffs is never good. Anthony Davis takes home another MVP. That's got to be his second in a row, right? I'm pretty sure it is. No, it's his third in a row. He is the past 3 MVPs. All right, AD, kind of taking off. Kind of taking off. He was in Boston. Now he's 2 years in Dallas. The Rookie of the Year is LaMelo Ball. No shocker there. He averaged a lot of points. Zubac is the 6th man. Kawhi is the Defensive Player of the Year again. There's got to be somebody better than Kawhi at Defensive Player of the Year, really. He's won it every single year he can. There's got to be somebody better at Defensive Player of the Year. We win the Most Improved Player with Luka Doncic. We win Coach of the Year with Vinny Del Negro. And we win the Executive of the Year with our guy, Rod Hicks. Good job, Rod. Is there somebody better? Can I choose somebody better at Defensive Player of the Year? Who had the most blocks? Lucas Nogueira, DeAndre Jordan, Serge Ibaka, Anthony Davis. What about the most steals? DeJounte Murray, Mikal Bridges, Alex Caruso, the Carew GOAT. Is there somebody that's better than Anthony Davis? Nah, we'll just give it to Anthony Davis. Who cares? All NBA teams, you got Steph Curry, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, and Nikola Jokic on the first team. Second team is Bradley Beal, Westbrook, Luka, nice. Giannis and Kat. And then third team is Shea, Trae Young, Ben Simmons. Let's go. GOAT. Legend. All-Star. Kawhi and Boogie. And then all defensive first team is Mikal, Shea, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, and Lucas Nogueira. Look at that. Defensive second team, DeJounte Murray, Jimmy Butler, LeBron, Giannis, and Kat. All rookie first team, LaMelo, Okongwu, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, and Cole Anthony. Second team is Patrick Arthur, Isaiah Stewart, Beef Stew, James Wiseman, GOAT, legend, all-star, Adrian Terrell, and Obi Toppin. Okay, and we finally reached the play-in era of basketball. We will simulate the play-in to figure out who we're playing. Devin Booker is back healthy, finally. And we take on the Detroit Pistons in this first round matchup. Aaron Holiday, Derek White, Bojan Bogdanovic, Kevon Looney, and Miles Turner. That team is not that good. We can walk right over them. But let's take a look at season stats for everybody. We took a look at some guys' stats, but just to figure out everybody. So Devin Booker had a really good season. A really, really good season. That could also be qualified as most improved player, but Luka's is probably a little bit more impressive. Slightly more impressive. Luka dominated. Good job, Luka. Ben Simmons puts up good numbers. Good assists, good rebounds. Love to see it. Joel Embiid, even though he got hurt, still averaged a good amount of points, but his numbers went down a little bit, which is I'm kind of shocked about because he'd been pretty consistent for the past 5 years. So I'm a little bit concerned to why all of his numbers went down. He hadn't been hurt all that much. Anthony Edwards had a solid rookie year, considering the rest of the team around him. And then RJ Barrett put up good numbers. He improved a lot from what he did in his rookie year. James Wiseman had a good rookie season. We saw him make all-rookie second team. Maxey had a good year as a rookie. Good job, Maxey. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay. Now it's time to simulate this series. I think, okay, I was going to say it should be a 4-game sweep, but I would be completely wrong. The Pistons took game 1. They also took game 3. Are we okay? This Detroit Pistons team is not very good. We keep getting injuries. They have taken us to a game 7. Really? This Pistons team with Miles Turner and really nobody else. Derek White, Bojan Bogdanovic. Okay, we're going to win this game pretty comfortably. But, my God, having them take us to 7 is a little concerning. RJ Barrett's back healthy again. Lonzo Ball, who I think got drafted here. Josh Richardson, Stanley Johnson, who's developed into a 90 overall. Michael Porter Jr. and Nikola Jokic. This team is way better than the Pistons team. So if the Pistons are taking us to 7 games, I'm a little bit concerned of what the Knicks are going to do. But we'll find out. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we also win. Game 3, we win. And Game 4, we swept that Knicks team. What is going on in this playoff run? How do we sweep the Knicks, who have Jokic, Lonzo, and Stanley Johnson all like 86 or higher, and then we take 7 games to beat the Miles Turner Pistons? Very strange playoff run so far. And then the Bobcats, we're very familiar with them. We basically gave them this playoff run because we gave them Giannis. So they have Trae Young, Karis LeVert, Giannis, Rui Hachimura, and Mohamed Bamba. Okay, Dallas versus the Lakers in the other side of the bracket, so we could match up with Anthony Davis. We almost had that opportunity last season, but he lost in the finals or the conference finals to whoever we played. I forget who we played. Game 1 we take. Game 2 we take. Game 3 we also take. Game 4 the Bobcats come back, but they don't avoid the gentleman's sweep. We take 5 to beat the Charlotte Bobcats, and now we take on the Lakers. The Lakers swept the 1-seeded Mavericks. Who's on this Laker team? DeJounte Murray, Victor Oladipo, DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Love, and Mitchell Robinson. This team swept the LA Lakers? Or swept the Dallas Mavericks? They got Anthony Davis, DeAndre Ayton. Okay, so they don't really have any guard play. They've got Marcus Smart, who's fine, but he's younger. They got Drew Holiday, who's a little bit older at this point. Former Philadelphia 76er. Did he get any of the championships? He got a couple of championships, right? Yeah, he got 2 of our championships, the first 2 that we won. Very weird team. I can see why they were the 1 seed because Anthony Davis just carried them. But losing to this Laker team seems a little bit strange. We take game 1. We lose game 2. Luka broke his left hand. Oh my God. Luka's done for the season. And the Lakers have a 3-1 series lead over us. And I think that just said Joel Embiid's out for the season as well. Did we just lose our 2 best players? It is RJ Barrett and Nick Claxton. Whoa. We just lost Luka and Joel for the season. Which, I mean, the season's only a few more games. But still, a broken left hand and a severe right ankle sprain. Both our number 1 and 2 players, highest overall rated players, are done for the year. Done for the playoffs. That's not good. That is not good. The dynasty could be over. The Lakers might have gotten a freebie championship, and it would obviously have an asterisk next to it because they didn't beat us at full strength. It is 91-91. Are we going to be able to hold on? 97-94. This is at every point now, it's a win or go home, basically, because the Lakers have it. So 97-94, they're going to instantly foul, put Devin Booker on the line, should be able to drill him. Booker hits the first, little bounce, but it's in. And then Booker will hit the second as well. 99-94, a 5-point game with 20 seconds to go. Do they just take a three? They do. DeJounte just steps up and takes the three. Get that out of Ben Simmons' hands. Darn it. Why did Ben Simmons get that rebound? All right, Ben. Oh, God, that meter is shaking like crazy, Ben. Why can you not shoot free throws? You can do everything else. Well, you can't shoot threes either. You can't shoot free throws? My God. All right, it shouldn't matter. It's still a 5-point game. Bamba's going to shoot. That's not Bamba, is it? Is that Bamba? I don't know. Whoever shot that three. Jared Allen looks kind of crazy with that afro. Oh, Ben actually made one. The combination of the Laker uniform and the Jared Allen afro looks pretty sick. 101-94. We're going to survive this one, at least. Oh, it's DeAndre Hunter. That's who shot the three the previous time. They actually made it, but it's not going to matter. That ball out of the hands of Ben Simmons. It's not going to matter. We're going to stay alive in the series. We win at home. But we need to win every single game if we want to win a championship. Anthony Edwards stepped up huge. 34 points to carry us to a victory there. You know what? When we have Luka Doncic and Joel Embiid go down with an injury, we need a guy like Anthony Edwards to step up. That's why you draft a guy like Anthony Edwards. All right, we're now in LA for Game 6. It is back and forth. Don't let them build a lead. There we go. We fought back, but they are still trying to build this lead. I may have to jump in. It's starting to get a little out of hand. It's a 6-point lead. I'm going to jump in 3 minutes to go. I got to try to save this season here. All right. Here we go. Lakers back at home. They could win in front of their home crowd, in front of the LA faithful. Or we could take it to a Game 7 back in Philly. DeJounte Murray takes a little runner and he doesn't get it. Rebound by James Wiseman. Anthony Edwards, he's got 14, but he loses the possession. He tried to get a little fancy with the dribble moves, and it got knocked around and out. Unfortunate. Evan Turner's in the game. I don't know if Evan Turner at this stage of his career should be in the Game 6 of the NBA Finals, especially with me playing defense. Timeout called by the Sixers. We have 1 timeout remaining. We're in a bad spot. We are in a bad spot. I need my guys. We have Evan Turner playing shooting guard, which is not necessarily what I want to do. I want Jimmer Fredette in the game. I want Tyrese Maxey in the game, and I want what's his face in the game. I want Anthony Edwards in the game, and then we're gonna have Ben Simmons play a little power forward. I didn't realize my recording stopped. All right. Well, that's going to be our team. Those will be the guys. Those will be the boys. Hopefully that works. I mean, having Jimmer Fredette in the game just makes me feel better because I can shoot the 3 ball with him like that, but that's a miss. Oh, that's in! Good job, Jim. Jim. 114 to 109. If we have Jimmer Fredette in the game, we can come back. That's just what happens. That ball's out! Little swiper, no swiping action. Get that to Claxton in the corner. That's Anthony Edwards. Corner 3! Anthony Edwards brings it to a 2-point deficit. Oh, they're going to go down low in the paint. I jumped too early. DeAndre Hunter wasn't taking it immediately. That's my fault. That one's 100% on me. I jumped a little bit too early thinking that he was going to just go as soon as he caught it, but he wasn't. It was never his plan. Jimmer, don't drive to the basket. That's not your game. Just stay back. Don't shoot that! DeAndre Hunter was covering that a little bit too close. Oh, Claxton! Good job, Claxton. 114-116. 114-116. Maxey trying his best. Ooh, getting the runaround here. Oh, Victor Oladipo, the veteran. He wants a championship. Maxey Down low to Simmons. Oh, he got through Kevin Love. Bad defense from K-Love. And he might be hurt, holding the hip. Kevin Love might be out. Oh, they're calling a timeout. That might not be good. Kevin Love, they might have subbed him out. Did they take Love out? We'll find out. He is out. Kevin Love got benched. The injury was too severe. That's kind of insane, actually. No wonder he couldn't play defense there. Hurt the hip. Yep. Oh, man, I feel like Oladipo had an easy bucket right there. DeJounte Murray for three. No good. Ben Simmons with the board. Jimmer Fredette gives to Maxey. Maxey with the crossover. Down low, it's Claxton. Get that to Ben Simmons. I feel more comfortable with Ben going to the basket, and Ben Simmons ties it at 118. That's why I feel a little bit more confident with Ben going to the basket. We have brought this to a tie. Oladipo. God, I am not good at defense. Oh, God, he went right past me. Oh, he passes to the corner. DeJounte Murray with the three. What a pass. Oh, my God, that was insanely awesome. I can't even be mad at that. That was a disgusting pass. I messed up my opportunity there. I had it. Jimmer Fredette for three. Jimmer no good, but Claxton with the board. I passed it out. I tried to put it back up, but I missed. I actually pressed the pass button. Jimmer misses the three. That's not good, Jim. You can't be missing those threes. Okay, there's the intentional foul on Oladipo. Who takes the shot? Does Jimmer take the shot? I think Jimmer takes the shot. Remember, if we lose this game, we are not NBA champions anymore. The Lakers will have an NBA title. I'm going to keep this group of guys in here, I think. Although Wiseman could come in. You know what? I'm going to bring Wiseman in at center, but I'm going to keep the rest of these guys in here because although I could bring Devin Booker in. You know what? Devin Booker's not really ready. Nope, I'm going to keep those guys. Keep those guys in. Jimmer's got the shot. Jimmer Fredette for three. No good. Board by the Lakers. There's the foul. NBA title might be slipping from the hands of the Sixers. Although we fouled the right guy. Mitchell Robinson. Good Lord. Okay, we got lucky. We fouled the right guy. Mitchell Robinson couldn't deliver. Jimmer Fredette for three. No good. That's the championship. Why is Jimmer Fredette not shooting these threes the right way? I can't believe I'm missing these threes. Yeah, we lost the championship. We lost the championship. I needed to hit that bucket right there with Jimmer, and I just didn't do it. Sucks to suck, I have to say. Sucks to suck. I can't hit the release the right way. There's a three ball. Of course I make that. But the LA Lakers have taken the NBA title from us. There's a new dynasty in town. Well, maybe not a new dynasty in town, but there's a new sheriff in town. The LA Lakers are NBA champions. Now, you got to have an asterisk next to this championship. I hate to say it, but we didn't have Luka Doncic. We didn't have Joel Embiid the entire run. So there's got to be a little voice in the back of your head saying this Laker team, there's an asterisk. They didn't win it against full-strength Philadelphia. So can you really say that they were the best team? I don't know. Would they have won if we had Luka and Joel? Probably not. But they won it. You can't take that away from them. They still won the NBA title, and Victor Oladipo is Finals MVP. But you do have to have a little bit of an asterisk next to it because of the way they won it without two of our best players. Our two best players, literally. Our two best players not on the court. So that sucks. So our run of championships is over. It ends at 4 in a row. But hey, that's still pretty good. That is still pretty good. And we've made the NBA Finals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in a row. Talk about goated. Dwight Howard is finally going to call it a career after a great season, or a great NBA career. Fantastic for the Magic, and then he went to San Antonio for his final season. He was on Magic the entire time. Good for him. 17-year career. Tyus Jones goes and retires. Joakim Noah, Greg Oden, Philadelphia 76er, didn't play this year. Also got a championship. 2 NBA championships. He was there for the last 2. Good for Greg. We got him some titles. I feel happy now. Should be a Hall of Famer? Probably not. Hall of Fame inductions. You got Dwight Howard. Very well deserved. Jersey retirements. Number 12 in Orlando gets retired. Historic changes. Fine. The rookie sophomore game can be what it is. Totally fine. League meetings. We can reject and approve everything here. Doesn't matter. And then draft lottery. I think we should have just one, right? Because Toronto actually gives us the number 2 odds. Thank you, Toronto. They've actually given us the number 2 odds in the NBA draft lottery. Kind of insane, but I'm not going to complain. The Miami Heat are number 12. At number 11, you got the Portland Trailblazers, and they will stay at number 11. At number 10, you got the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets will move into the top 4. The Grizzlies fall. So one team has moved. The Kings stay at 9. At number 8, the Houston Rockets. They will also stay at 9. Or stay at 8, I mean. The Pacers, they move into the top 4. The Spurs fall to 7. So you got the Nuggets and the Pacers into the top 4 now. The Bulls stay at 6. At number 5, the Hornets stay. And now here's us. We fall into 4 because of everybody moving in. And we will stay ahead of the game. The Nuggets go to 4. That's pretty good, though. They were at number 10, and they go up to number 4. Okay, so Toronto gives us the number 3 pick in the NBA draft. I am totally okay with that. Especially in a draft like this. The Nets have the number 2 pick. And the number 1 pick in the NBA draft goes to the Indiana Pacers. They moved up from number 9 to number 1. That's kind of crazy. We also have the 25th pick, the 29th pick, and the 30th pick, which those picks I probably will trade. I think I will trade those picks. I don't think I'm going to be drafting anybody that late in the first round. I guess if we take a look at the prospect board and see who's going to be available around those times. This could work out where I still come away with Evan Mobley, which is what I might do. What's the mock draft look like? The mock draft actually has Evan Mobley going 1. Really? Cade's going 1 in the 2K and in the NBA.com, but the Sporting News thinks highly of Evan Mobley, which is not good for us because I would really like if Evan Mobley would come and play for us. They basically have Evan Mobley going 2, though. All right. I guess if Evan Mobley goes 2, we can pivot to a Jalen Green. That would give us another backup behind Anthony Edwards, which I wouldn't hate. But I really need a big man. Is the question? Is the thing? We have Labissiere, we have James Wiseman, and I guess Nicholas Claxton too. We probably, I don't know. I wouldn't hate a Jalen Green if that's what we have to do. But I might want to toss a couple of trades in the trade finder. We can't trade Joel Embiid because he's not under contract. Nobody wants Ben Simmons. Nobody wants Luka. Well, I mean, those guys, they want those guys. They can't afford them, and we can't trade them technically. Oops, I went to the draft. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep trading. We can't trade Luka because he's got a player option or whatever, team option. Embiid and Devin Booker have player options. What does this team need? I'm not really sure. But I definitely would not mind taking a look at the value of some of these trades. Like draft pick, 2025 draft pick. We're not trading Jimmer for debt. But we could trade down from 25 and get a 2023 first round pick protected from the Jazz or the Knicks. It seems like everybody wants to give me either second round picks or protected picks. Which if we take from like the Suns or something, that's probably not going to be that bad of a deal. What about if I put all 3 together? Okay, now we can get some protected or some picks that aren't protected. So the Bobcats are willing to give me their first round pick, or they actually have 2 in 2024, which is very interesting. Not sure who those are from. But the Bobcats are probably going to be pretty good with Trae Young and Giannis. So it's a little risky. But you know what? They're the only team that's giving me unprotected picks. We could take from the Bucks, but they're top 3 protected. Are they going to be really that bad? I'm going to do the Bobcats picks because we can always just trade those. So we'll do that. Bobcats have all of our picks now. Indiana Pacers take Cade Cunningham at number 1. I kind of assumed that was going to be the case, but you never know. Maybe they take Evan Mobley. Number 2, the Jets take Jalen Green. I was going to take Jalen Green. Now I can take Evan Mobley. And we can get another big man on the team. All right, Evan Mobley. So the draft, I think, goes exactly how it went in real life. I think Jalen Green went 2 overall in real life, too. Jalen Suggs goes to the Nuggets. Then Josh Giddey to the Hornets. Davion Mitchell to the Bulls. Alperen Sengun to the Spurs. Scotty Barnes to the Rockets. Jalen Johnson to the Kings. Bones Highland to the Grizzlies. Jonathan Kuminga to the Portland Trailblazers. We'll sim to the end of the draft here. So we got our guy. He's an 80 overall, Evan Mobley. 81 for Jalen Green. 84 for Cade Cunningham. How did the Bobcats do with all of our picks? So they had 25, which was Moses Moody. And then they had 29 and 30, which was Ayo Dosunmu and Delano Banton. So they took 3 shooting guards. Okay. They took 3 shooting guards with all of our picks. Good for you. Yep, Joel Embiid declines his player option and will enter unrestricted free agency. Wow. We just lost Joel Embiid for absolutely nothing. That is kind of insane. We do have the bird rights on Joel Embiid, which I might have to utilize, but he's not interested in signing with us. Joel Embiid is gone. Wow. Why was he so upset with us? What did we do to make him so upset? I don't know, but we now have... It's a good thing we took Evan Mobley then, because we now have Claxton Mobley and James Wiseman at the center position. At least we're young at the center position. At power forward, we still got Ben Simmons and Scal. At the small forward spot, we still got Luka and RJ. We've got shooting guards fairly okay, and then point guards were pretty good. So I think if we're going to sign a free agent, it's going to be either a shooting guard or a small forward. We can't afford anybody here like Steph Curry. I'm very curious to see where Steph Curry goes, though. Let's see. Affordable shooting guards. We can get Amon Shumpert. We can get Ben McLemore. We can get Drew Holiday back. You know what? Give me a little Drew Holiday back. I don't hate it. Give me a 2-year minimum for former legend Drew Holiday. Has Isaiah Thomas become affordable? That's the question. It doesn't look like it. Is he still on his contract with his team? He might still be. Where is Isaiah Thomas? I forget where he's playing now. Isaiah, where are you? Maybe he is a free agent. There he is. He's in Portland. That's right. So he's on the last year of his deal. So we can't get him right now. But if we go to affordable shooting guards, or not affordable shooting guards, affordable small forwards, there's Evan Turner. We could just bring back. He has an offer. Who's his offer from? The Lakers? You just saw him lose to the Lakers, now you want to bring him in? That's very interesting. I guess you can have him. He doesn't really play for us, to be fair. Let's see. Who's a guy that can come down and shoot some big-time threes for us? We've got Ryan Brokoff. We've got Bojan Bogdanovic, Reggie Bullock, Glenn Robinson. I might go for a little Bojan Bogdanovic. I don't hate it. Jason Tatum's in free agency. We can renounce the rights on the Joel Embiid cap hold. Get rid of his bird rights because he doesn't want to sign with us. So, gonna have to do that, unfortunately. And we should be able to bring those guys back. Okay, perfect. So we get 2 new additions to the team, but I am very curious to see where everybody signed. Steph Curry goes back to Atlanta. He had the chance to leave. Jason Tatum goes to Denver. Is that where he was? Yes, it was. So he stays with Denver. Larry Markkinen goes to the Hawks, returns to the Hawks, I should say. OG Anunoby goes back to the Suns. Brokoff goes to the Celtics. So nobody's moving. Donovan Mitchell was in Minnesota already. Everybody stays where they were. That's kind of annoying. That's always boring. Sometimes you want to see a little bit of movement, but Steph Curry had a chance to leave. He chose to go back. He must like it in Atlanta. Very interesting, but I think we did what we needed to do. We brought in some guys for some depth. And if we have to cut somebody, we'll probably just cut Denzel Valentine or something. That'll probably be what we do. But we're going to be a weird team this year. That is for sure. Player progression time. We see Luka go up 2. We see Ben Simmons drop by 1. RJ goes up 5. Devin Booker goes up 1. Anthony Edwards goes up 4. Interesting. Very, very interesting scenes. James Wiseman goes up 4. Claxton goes up 3. Maxey goes up 3. All right. Very interesting player progression. I thought it would be a little bit different. But now it's time for the NBA draft of 2022 to get loaded in. You may only bring 15 guys in. Yeah, so we have to cut Denzel Valentine. Not a big deal. I was already planning on doing that. So let's cut Big Den. That's Seth Curry. Let's cut Denzel. Actually, you know what? Let's just cut Seth Curry. It doesn't really matter, does it? So sorry, Seth. Maybe you can sign with Atlanta. We will use the 2022 draft for now just to get it loaded in, and then we can come in and see if it's good enough. So the 2022 NBA draft is Chet Holmgren, it's Jabari Smith, it's Paolo Banchero, it's the boys. But is there a better 2022 NBA draft? I guess we'll find out. User created. What are we working with? 2022. Do they have one for me? Do they have one? Come on, somebody's got to have one. Somebody's got to have one, I believe. 2022 IRL from MaxW267. Let's see what you got, big dog. We've got... This is horrible. Never mind. That's not even real people. He has failed me. I'm never downloading from MaxW267 ever again. Is there another person with a 2022, or is that the only one? Are we going to have to use historic for the first time ever? We might. Oh, it looks like we might. I can search 2022. That's not what I want to do. This is our last ditch effort, though. 2022. And we can figure out if there's anything here that we want to download. We go all the way to the bottom with all the good ones, and there are not any good ones here. Let's just use the historic draft class. Not going to be the end of the world. But as you can see, there's not many more draft classes that we have to go. Because we are almost done with the series. We're only going to the beginning of modern day. And that's when we'll end the series. So this is what the roster will look like headed into the next season. It's a weird one. No more Joel Embiid. We didn't even get him for anything good. We lost him for nothing because he just didn't want to come back. I was going to try to sign and trade him. He didn't like that idea at all. Okay, so next season, we only have one draft pick, which is the Charlotte Bobcats. I guess we have our own second-round pick, but that doesn't really do much for me, does it? Very lack of draft capital. And there might be a Paolo Banchero type that I might want to get. So we'll have to figure out how to get the number 1 overall pick. Maybe we trade somebody. Is there anybody on this roster that I would want to trade? Ben Simmons, I guess I could trade for the number 1 overall pick. Could be a possibility. Maybe that's where we go. I have no idea. If you enjoyed the episode, though, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.